And we are back. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. This is game two of CC versus Evil round two, game two. So, uh, and join with me again is literally Keegan.
No, can't wait to be happy by 3 again.
So now we're gonna get into pick ban here. What do you think is gonna change in terms of drafting strategies here?
you know, it's tough because like you don't want to let evil get another global ult because obviously that works well for them and they do well with it.
I think what you can do is
All
substitute.
of the bans, just all of CC's bans last game were all really important, like needed bans. So it's tough
No,
because like you don't want to.
not necessarily because you can just substitute the Caitlyn ban for a Galio ban or something like that, and just first pick the Caitlyn.
True, they do have
Remember,
first.
remember they have first pick, so Spoop can actually pick up the Caitlyn himself,
Yeah, that
and
does
that's
give them a bit more flexibility.
and that's a really good matchup into Sivir if they choose to pick the Sivir because of the outrange. You just have to be careful about using your spell because of spell shield, but otherwise you can actually just not bother. You could just win trades through auto attacks essentially. So we see the first ban on Vayne, which is very understandable. You don't want to deal with that.
Or no, last time was the Morgana.
Morgana first ban, correct. They could also first pick the Morgana for Violet Sociocat.
Yeah, which they might. Violet has a very clean Morgana.
So I don't think I think they're gonna either get rid of the Caitlyn ban or they're gonna get rid of the Morgana ban and first pick the other one. Is my thought here.
Whatever they do, something's gonna get banned. Something, and a lot of things are not gonna be picked. Is this it? Is this the top tier casting you came here for?
And we see the sec with the Morgana ban. I would like to see something else that's not banned. Something else other than Caitlyn being banned. I think first pick Caitlyn for CC would be really good. Spoop has shown proficiency in that champion. I
Mm-hmm.
think that'd be pretty good pickup. And then we see the Twitch being banned away from Spooped. Not surprised. As a fellow Twitch main, he is pretty scary at Twitch. Pretty scary. Could be the next Red IRL. Who knows? And then we see a Swain ban from CC, targeted at boss tones. So pretty smart ban actually. That provided a lot of damage outputs. And then we see the Thresh being banned away from evil. I think that's gonna be a
Mm-hmm.
Swain
I just heard the
Thresh
chat
ban.
noise. No, they're just ready.
Oh, and then it's not a Thresh ban, it's a Katarina
Mm.
ban.
I'm being invited to a game of
Oh,
wine.
and in chat, in the lobby chat, Juice Me Mommy taunting Juice Me Daddy, the lovers quarrel, literally the lovers quarrel. And then they first picked the Shen. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, actually, no, it's a really good first pick, I think, because
Yeah, but
Shen
giving
was really
evil
good.
to Caitlyn, and there it
Yes,
is. They take it
they take
immediately.
they immediately take the Caitlyn.
Because of course they do.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
honestly, I
think
think
leaving Caitlyn was open was high risk.
yeah, I think they should have just picked the Caitlyn from CC. I mean, granted, it, the global comp that he had is for sure scary, but I think Caitlyn's ability to have priority is very invaluable in a dragon-centered meta. And there's actually a new Caitlyn build going around that I think makes Caitlyn even safer than she already is.
Mm-hmm.
In general, Dill, I agree. Why is everyone obsessed with picking Shen? He's not even a good champion. Amen to that. Amen. And then we see the Zac being picked up for Juice Me Mommy. And then return pickup with Thresh. I wonder what Boston's gonna pick into that. And then we see three. Do I don't know what this? Oh, it's gonna be a Jinx pick for CC for Spooked. Not a bad, actually a pretty good pick. I actually like Thresh Jinx lane because Thresh provides a lot of peel for Jinx, which she needs. At the same time, uh, Thresh's Engage provides really nice setup with a follow up with Jinx traps, the Flame Chompers. So I think Thresh Jinx lane is a pretty good lane. We'll see what they respond with that, and they respond with the Leona. Leona Caitlyn is also a really strong bot lane. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of fighting going on in the bot lane. It's gonna be a little bloody. And then you see the Ari ban coming in for Juice Me Daddy. I think CC continues to ban global stuff. So I would love to either see a Vigar ban or even a Galio ban. Maybe I think you can play into Panic at the Top Hat's Vel'Koz, and you can try to bait Panic at the Top Hat into like a Vel'Koz or something and get rid of something safe. Um, Evil's gonna ban Diana. Very understandable, very strong champion. So, and then we see the Galio ban coming in from ZC, which is I think very smart. I think it's smart. And then by the way, if you're talking, I cannot hear you.
No, you're good. You were just doing your thing, and I was like, he seems like he's thriving.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Nah, you were having a blast, and I was just letting it happen.
oh, I was just filling air.
Well,
But yeah,
plus, all I'm gonna do is be mean about the Shen pick. Ugh. Excuse me.
Shen is a bad champion. Why was he first pick? Says General Dill. I think
I wouldn't say
Caitlyn.
Shen is a bad champion. I would say first picking Shen over Caitlyn is an obvious misplay.
I mean, yeah, but I think CC has a plan. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure with Violet Sociocat being leading the draft, I think she does have a plan for first picking Shen. I think Shen will be a very important plan, like a very important piece to her team comp. So I do believe in Violet Sociocat's drafting strategy.
Fair.
And Opie responds to General Dill's comment by saying, Shen's only bad if you play it, Dylan. So,
Ooh.
roasted.
Oh. And we're fighting.
Wow. Opie and General Dill clearly loves each other. Clearly.
Clearly, I love the Echo pick. Very excited about that. It's just plain and bluntly.
And
I
that's going.
really like Evil's comp here. It's very straightforward,
Mhm.
very clean.
Very engagey for sure. And I'm just going to say R because
Ugh,
I am ready.
I certainly am.
Oh, Keegan, you have to drop down. You're
No, my
literally
bad.
in their team.
My bad. Maybe I want to play. Fuck off, Violet. Don't tell me to get out of the team. Maybe I want to play for you.
Literally come down. Oh,
Fucking
spooked with
nerd.
the pun.
Lying, I don't just want to be on your team.
Weak-willed fools.
I'm pretty sure that was not an Elise ban. right? What did they ban again? I actually don't remember. Or
Your worst decisions will haunt you.
oh wait, yeah, it was Morgana Vayne. It was Morgana Vayne and
I'm on to you.
Swain.
Do not confuse cowardice
I was
for
like, I don't remember an Elise ban here.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
But the thing is, it
Is that fear
makes
I see?
sense because Allergic to Milk plays that really well. But I was like, that wasn't the ban though. That's why I was so thrown off. But anyways, which team comp do people like better is my question.
Hmm. You know, there's not as much of a difference in their goals here as last game. I feel like last game we had one like global ult team that really wanted to team fight, and one team that really wanted to 1-3-1 and split push. And now we just have two pretty darn straightforward team.
Ignorant thrall.
Who I like more?
Who's team comp? I think honestly speaking, I kind of like the comp that Cuddly Cruciation have this time much better.
I'm trying to think lane by lane because I think Mordekaiser into Shen.
Well,
good
that's
lane for-
that's going to be a Shen jungle.
Well, yeah. You can still. That's such a wild pick that I'll believe it when it happens.
I mean, it's definitely I believe it is definitely a Legends MK pick. Legend, it feels like a Legend MK kind of champion. See, Necro Guy's done the Mundo. I wouldn't think.
Oh, I didn't know Legends been playing so much Shen. All right, well,
No,
cool.
yeah,
Wow.
Legends play a lot of Shen.
So it is a
in general.
Mundo top.
It is a Mundo top lane.
I still prefer Mord in that lane, but not by as much. I think the Echo into Brand. I like Echo like personally, but I think it's a bit of a wash. Shen Zac, I just like Shen because I like cheap crap. I don't know.
I think looking at team comp wise, think I think this time last game I think Evil had more of the definitive team comp, but I think this time Cuddly Crustacean have more of a definitive team comp for sure. I think the only pick that I'm not 100% sure on, I don't know how Mundo would fit into this idea that I'm already seeing right now, but I think the Shen, the brand, the Shen, the brand, the Thresh are all. Actually, no, Thresh and the Shen are really good setups for Jinx and Brand's AoE damage with either the rockets, the fishbones damage, and as well as Brand's entire kit. So I think,
That's fair. That's fair.
and who won game one? Game one was won by Evil. Evil won game one.
Evil.
And very definitively, the MVP for that game is Boss Tones. So congratulations, Boss Tones. It's like 8 votes to 1 right now, I believe. Yeah, 8 votes for Boss Tone and 1 vote for Panic at the top hat. So really good job. Really good job. Congratulations. Oh. But yeah, I think Evil still do have a chance, I think Evil's team comp is really good too. I think oh, and I just realized there's a role swap here.
Oh, I saw two people swap champs that I.
Yeah, it's a role swap actually. It's allergic to milk on the Leona,
Oh,
and
Boss
Boss
Tones
Tone
went
is on
top.
Mordekaiser.
That's interesting. Honestly, I kind of dig it after Boss Tones popped off last game. Put the man in a solo lane. You know,
And
I
allergic to
mean, Mordekaiser E is literally Swain.
and I think
They are the same ability.
and allergic to milk is actually a support main himself. So like
Mm-hmm.
I really do like seeing him in a more of a supportive role because he is a really good support.
No, I totally dig that. You know,
He
if
he
you've got
was
someone playing good, and
he was my support when I first learned to ADC.
aw,
He was my
how
first
cute.
support. Oh, allergic to milk.
That's super cute.
He supported me all the way through to find and finally stopped inting and not farming on ADC. He helped me through all of it. Anyways, that nostalgia aside, I think allergic to milk Chad Penguin bot lane I think is gonna be very interesting synergy wise because I think it's not as in sync I think as Boss Tone Chad Penguin just because you know real life bros. But I think allergic to milk is a very um easy to work with support. I think will be really nice, really relaxing regardless, I think. Um but I think Leon it's gonna be a really bloody bot lane, I think. It's really bloody. That's what the team comp's setting up to be. It's pretty freaking bloody.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So I think CC wins. I think. But I wouldn't count Evil out because they do have a pretty good team comp and really strong champions at the very least.
Mm-hmm. Well, and just a team comp that's fairly straightforward. Oh, excuse me. A team comp that's fairly straightforward. You know, it's not like they're not reinventing the wheel. They're not trying to do anything totally crazy. It's a solid comp that can get the job. You may not be as strong as their opponents, but it's not bad by any means.
Absolutely, absolutely not. Um, and I think um both of their team comps for sure are pretty good. So I'm kind of interested to see how this game turns out because they both have a pretty decent team comp, pretty good team comp. Not even decent, pretty good. It's just how they execute it will be a lot different. Will be uh more important because the comp won't play the game out for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I think in the last game, I think Evil clearly had a lot better draft overall. But I think this game, I think both teams have equally good drafts, so it's gonna be very interesting to see as well. Comparative to see what happens. Pause that 10 by the way.
Yep. Be there in a sec.
It's okay. I am adjusting portraits right now.
I'm ready to party when you are ready to party.
Let me just turn on objective timers and okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Right. And it begins with the running. Looks like we're getting an attempted invade. Oh my god, can I stop yawning? Looks like we're getting another attempt at an invade, maybe? Oh, are both teams invading opposite jungles? The dream.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Thanks, I love it. The red side invade from CC. Very.
Trying to really get rid of the. Should have really set top side ahead, top side behind, but kind of nothing really comes out of it.
Yeah, and interesting that they just like went through and dipped. And
Well, they got
oh, that was
vision.
odd. Yeah, you don't need 5 people to do that though.
I mean, it's still if they find somebody, they still kill them. You know.
Yeah, for sure. It's worth trying for
It's
sure.
it's definitely the worst that could happen is just get vision.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it kind of makes sense why they went red side instead of blue. You know, the odds are higher of getting one person rather than three. So I can dig that. But they're just gonna start normal.
I really do like that Project Jinx skin. It's so cool.
Oh yeah,
Especially
it's a
that
good
blue.
skin.
Panic at the top had taking a really bad trade early. That's the danger of playing melee champion into a brand. Just do that.
Yeah, definitely some rough early trades bound to happen there. Zach opting for the leashless Raptor start too is going to make his career definitely interesting compared to Shen, who went for a pretty hard leash on red into a buff to buff that should give him a chance to gank earlier than Zach is able to.
However, Zach does have pretty healthy clear, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, absolutely. And Boss Jones with so much damage there. The Q is gonna be. Oh, and with the flash, it is enough. A real quick first blood from Boss Jones. Looks like putting him in that solo lane was a solid call.
We see a TP being burnt out from Necro guy. Oh.
Ooh, lots of good damage. Really nice early gank from Shen. And exactly like I said, with the buff to buff, gives him a chance to get those early ganks and make something out of it.
However, the kill did go over to Shen. I mean, it's not bad for Shen, for sure. It's definitely good because you get more pressure. I think it does allow for Echo to catch up if need be, and really nice
Bit
play.
of an engage from Allergic to Milk, but nothing coming from it.
Really good play from Violet Sociocat. Really good play.
And another pull-in from Boss Tones on a Necro guy looking for yet another fight, but Legends MK is already there for the game. Comes in on Boss Tones, gets him pretty darn low. Boss Tones doesn't have his flash because he used it offensively in that last fight, so he's going to go down.
Really, and then we see the really good presence from Legends MK already.
Violet making the best out of that stun there. Does get stunned, but says, oh, well, I'll just put damage down as long as I'm here.
And we see the standard, fleet footwork Caitlyn. Putting
I
in
can
some
never
work.
remember which one is. So, like with stun and root and etc. etc. Which is the one where you can't move but you can use abilities?
What do you mean? Are you talking
So,
about
like,
Root?
there's a difference between being rooted or stunned or like other types of CC,
Okay, Root.
and I can't remember which
Root
one
you
lets
can-
you.
Root can
Or
make
which one
you.
lets you.
Root can still use abilities. Stun you can't.
Gotcha. Yes, yes, and that makes sense. Yes, Violet was rooted.
Silence you can't use abilities, even though you're still not stunned. You can still move.
Yeah.
You just can't use abilities.
Yes.
Stun is
And
both.
that makes sense too, because that's pretty standard, like RPG language. Like silence means no matter, and blind means no autos. Which is also, you know, standard RPG.
I still think standard grasp Caitlyn is still pretty good for Chad Penguin. I think. So good for him.
Oh, another damage from Boston's. Now Boston's has 6 before Necro guy, so if he lands an ult at the right time here, looks
And
like
even-
Necro's playing around that.
I think Boston, if the Shen do come back, or even Shen uses Stand United, the great thing about Mordekaiser is that if you use Stand United on somebody, and you get on whoever you get the shield, if you Mordekaiser ult that, if you send them to the Shadow Realm, since Shen can't use Stand United on that Shadow Realm champion, they don't get that shield. The shield gets donated.
Oh, interesting. Invade from Legends doesn't turn into anything as Juice Me Mommy does show up and pushes him off, and now Panic at the Top Hat trying to get in does miss the stun with Echo. Looks like they're going to disengage that.
Really good hook play by Violet Sociocat.
Oh, geez. Is Panic okay?
No, I think it just took an interesting pathing that actually ended up. You have to path carefully when you play against Brand too, because then Brand can just land a free Pillar of Flame.
Yeah, I'm surprised he just sort of stood in that. Oh, and the ult comes down from Bosstones on the Necro. Necro runs to the edge of the ult, as one does. Still takes quite a bit of damage from the passive in the Q, but it's not going to be enough for a kill from Bosstones. Oh, the pullback in and the Q combo does force Necro to ultimately not going to die to that.
And you see Necro Guy's, not Necro Guy, if you look at Bosstone's build, he already has an Oblivion Orb, which means he's gonna go straight into a, into a Morello's, which that could spell doom for a Necro Guy's lane, just because the biggest way to counter Mundo is to buy Grievous Wounds. And he's
Yeah,
like,
I mean, and you also see the Quicksilver already on Mundo. The auto counter to the Mordekaiser ult, so both of them.
itemizing correctly, I think.
Yeah.
Which I think.
Itemizing for the counter at the very least.
I think. However, I think. Really good flash ulti onto Panic at the Top Hat. I don't think it's enough to kill him though. But like I was saying, I think the thing about a Morello rush versus a Quicksilver rush is that Quicksilver is just the half of an item, right? Which can build into another item, but that other item is pretty useless on Mundo. So he's gonna I think he's gonna go straight into more of a health item still, which delays his power spike, I think, as an item, because Mundo wants to build a lot of health.
Yeah, and that's the tough thing about them both itemizing is, you know, if you... The itemization Bosstones is using to get that Morello builds into Morello, which is something you want, whereas Mundo having to build Quicksilver doesn't build into a tier 2 item that he wants immediately. You know, he wants more health items. Oh, Violet not landing the Q where she wants, but still landing it. It's a great rend to pull Allergic to Milk to the ult. Allergic to Milk forced to flash, but the flash actually takes him into the wall of the ult. Very clean play by Violet Sociocat. Going for a second one. Gets the rend, pulls her back. Chad Penguin does go down to the Q, and a double kill for the bot lane.
Really, really good job by Violet Sociocat there. Really good hook as well. Really good death
That's
sentence.
the Thresh I expected last.
It was just really hard last game because of Swain damage.
Absolutely. But when I was typing up her Thresh, that's what I was anticipating. And now a big engage coming down here. Juice Me Mommy a little out of position, a little too far out. Spook does have the damage for this. As Legends on pit with the Stand United to get into this fight. Panic at the Top Hat coming in, but is it going to be enough? Violet drops the stopwatch, is going to go down to Allergic to Milk, but Juice Me Mommy very low as well as Panic at the Top Hat. Panic does go down. Allergic to Milk going down now. Bosstones pull someone into the Shadow Realm, but I can't even tell who with everyone stacked on top of each other. Juice Me Mommy goes down over the wall. Bosstones maybe going to get a 2v1 with Necro Guy and Juice Me Daddy with his passive. Misses the pull on Juice Me Daddy. Owen gets stunned just in time. Actually goes down.
That's
Wow.
a huge fight.
God, that was a big fight.
That's a huge fight for CC. Like I said, I think their team comp has a very specific goal, and it's centered around fighting with the and setting up with the Shen and the Thresh. I think it's a really good Yeah, I think they're Ali. I mean, Violet Cat had a plan. I think with the Shen first pick. I think Shen is doing a lot of work right now. I smell something yummy, and I'm starving here.
My God, me too. I'm so Necro and Boston's getting into a fight again. Boston's pulls Necro into his passive, gets some good damage down, but Necro's got quite a bit of. Oh, Necro back in. Says, just wildly unconcerned about taking that damage. Says, I'll rejuve it back as long as I get this minion.
The Rift Arrow fight.
Turning off the Rift Arrow to try and get some damage. The good pull comes in from Boston, but Mimami gonna die before he even gets a chance to be relevant in this fight. The Necro guy going off to keep Boston's pushed away as they finish off that Rift Herald. So just complete control right now for CC. I mean, they've got an 8-kill lead. They've taken both of the objectives on the map so far. Dominant position. Oh, big ult. The Necro guy able to just immediately QSS that.
And we'll see the Spirit Message being rushed onto Necro guy. I think that's a really good smart buy. Amplifies his healing, as well as a really good magic resist item for a Mordekaiser. So now Boston has to be really careful about who he ults, because you know he has a QSS.
Oh, big fight going down. Bot Spook does get mostly out, but Allergic to Milk hold him down. Spook starts to run away. Legends comes in with the Stand United, and they start pushing him forward. Meanwhile, Necro guy very low top lane does get pulled in by the E from Boston, followed up by the Q. He is for flash away. Zach jumps in to try and take care of this. Is grabbed by a very clean hook. Goes down eventually to Violet's auto.
A really good roam down by Panic at the top hat. Is Panic at the top hat gonna be able to finish? Nope. Really good turn by Jinx. And Jinx get a double kill here. Super Mega Death Rocket does miss, but it doesn't matter.
Is that actually what the ability is called?
Yep.
I fucking hate this game. Oh my god, that's so funny.
And the Get Excited gets procced by Jinx, hoping to get the kill onto Allergic to Milk.
Are all of
no,
Jinx's ability names ridiculous?
Yeah, her W is called Zap. Her passive is called Get Excited. Her E is Flame Chompers. Her passive is... Her Q is Switcheroo.
And Super Mega Death Rocket.
Super Mega Death Rocket is Jinx Ultimate.
Thanks, I love it. It's really funny. Yeah, thanks for taking over there for a second. Everything kind of disengaged, and I was like, I'm gonna take a bite of this chocolate. And then as soon as I started chewing, they re-engaged the fight, and I was like, no!
No problemo. That's why I'm here.
Mistakes were made. Looks like Legends looking for a gank here. Panic at the top hat does see it coming in that ward and backs off, so nothing goes down. But now with 3 mid, someone's gonna have to rotate before this mid turf.
And we see the
Yeah,
Morello
everyone's
being...
posturing around this Drake.
Now we see the Morello being completed by Boston, as well as the Spirit Visage. So this is going to be a very interesting fight top lane.
Yeah, and honestly, heal cutting is not super strong right now in terms of the numbers of it. So it ironically isn't a great counter for healing. So I think it may be all right into Spirit Visage. You know, only dealing with Mundo's passive healing, but into something like Warmog's, the healing from Warmog is almost more efficient than the heal cutting you get from Morello.
Remember that the Mundo's ultimate Masochism still does give him. It's rank 2 now, so it gives him 75% max heal, 75% of his max health restoration
Mm-hmm.
from his ultimate.
Panic taking quite a bit of damage from Spoop. Violet does go wide with that hook. Oh, Panic ults right back into it, though. That may have been a misplay. Spoop flashes and gets the kill and the turret.
He would have died to the Super Mega Death Rocket anyways,
Yeah,
so he had to try
absolutely.
something.
Nah, definitely a reasonable attempt at a play, but sadly makes him use his ult and his flash to no avail. Oh, Juice Me Mommy tries to answer it, though. Jumps top. Boss Tones pulls in Necro Guy. Legends with the Stand United to get in there for the fight is able to take Boss Tones pretty low. The shield from his W may save him. Legends flashes in to get that kill. Necro and Legends both pretty low with Juice Me Mommy about full health, but there is a level advantage for both of them. Juice Me Mommy with a great play into the... Oh my god. Really nice play into the bush. Is able to take both kills while in his passive. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, this Zac. Pretty big brain, to be honest.
Zac just got 2 kills while in passive. I have so many questions.
Can somebody clip that?
What?
Can somebody clip that in chat?
Yeah, dude, burn damage OP. Oh, really, really good jump by Zac to get away from Violet. Yeah, and Jinx definitely starting to get to that point where her attack speed is just... I mean, you can hear when she's fighting that...
Choo, choo, choo.
When she's taking down that turret, it's just... It's getting ridiculous. We'll only see that get more ridiculous as time goes on. Spook's definitely going to start to get really big here at 5-0 and 6 already. So, you know, as is traditional for me casting around 20 minutes, what does Evil do to fix?
I think Evil has to find a way to separate Violet, Sociocat, and Spook, because with the Knight's Vow being completed by this Thresh, it's gonna be very hard to kill the Jinx in the first place, and Thresh can either flay, lantern, box. There's a lot of ways for him to engage and disengage for the Jinx, so they need to find a way to separate it, whether it's through split pressure from Boss Tones, Juice Me Mommy's Let's Bounce ultimate. They have to find some way to like pick the Jinx off. The problem is you have to wait until Spook make the positional mistake, which I think Spook has been doing a really good job, having a really good positioning. So we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait and see what happens there.
Yeah, that's never a position you want to be in. You know, you never want to be in a spot where your biggest win condition is maybe they'll screw up. Oh, but it looks like they might be screwing up right now. Violet way out of position. Can they capitalize on it, though? No, they don't notice fast enough. Yeah, Violet with a really risky position there, but without any vision in the jungle from Evil, they just did nothing about it.
And we see a little bit of sweeping action coming in from Violet.
Yeah.
Just be Daddy taking their blue. They really have a really good dominance on that side of the map. 7k gold difference. Really huge gold discrepancy in the mid.
A lot of very aggressive pings coming down.
Gold leads all around actually on the side of Evil. on
Mhm.
Zeeble on the side of CC.
Mm-hmm. I think everyone on their team has a gold lead. Yeah.
Yep, everybody.
Panic looking to change that. Misses the stun on Legends, but gets quite a bit of damage. It's going to eat through him, but recognizes that he's starting to get a little too far out. Backs off. Especially with this fight going down mid, they need to prioritize turret over a pick. Oh, but he's trying to re-engage. Zac jumps in behind Violet. Does get stunned for quite a while. Lots of damage on Juicy Mommy. He wants it still. He's still going in for it, and now he's trying to run away, but it's a little too late. The Stand United comes in to get the kill on him, followed up by another kill. We do see Boston's pulling Violet Social Cat into the Shadow Realm, but not going to be able to capitalize on it, realizing that it's not a safe play. And will we see the elusive dancing Rift Heralds in this game?
No, we won't because it'll die at next buff next tower anyways, even if it gets
It's
another treasure.
Heartbreak. Yeah,
But
the bot lane lead is nuts. You are right, Flams.
the bot lane lead is pretty nuts right now, I think.
I think we might see the rare ADC MVP this game because Spooked is monstrous right now.
Well, I think Spook's doing a really good job positioning around positioning, which keeps him safe from the hard engage that comes from Leona, the Zac, and the Echo. Even the Mordekaiser to an extent. I think Jinx doing a really good job. Spook's doing a really good job staying in the perfect spot.
Oh, really big pull into that bait. Love that, but oh my goodness, it looks like it might not be working out for them. Lots of damage goes down for the team. Pretty much everybody getting clapped instantly. Chad Penguin, the only one alive, trying to run away, does get missed by the Necro Q, but it doesn't matter. The ace comes down, and now it's not time for Baron. It's just time to run it down mid.
And end the game.
Yeah, that should be GG with the TP. Should be an easy game for them. And just a dominant performance by CC. Wild to see them play so dominantly immediately after losing a game so handedly.
So GG coming in. I now the question.
Get
Big
Necro
question.
player of the game so I can talk shit about breaking his ankles in lane. Boston's, please. Boston's with the trash talk. You love to see it.
Game 2 MVP. Let's put in the MVP poll right now. Necro guy. Legends MK. I think there's a two big contenders I think for MVP this game. But what do you think before we go into your thoughts?
My
Or
thoughts for player of the game, it's got to be someone bot lane. I think you can make a really strong argument for Ali. I mean, just a ton of work done there. I'm inclined to agree with OPTSM fan in chat, Ali player of the game. I mean, just did a lot of work and was just clean the whole, just consistent and clean. But it's also hard to overlook that Spooked ended the game 6-0 and 12.
I also want to give a really big honorable mention and shout out to Legends MK, who really did provide really good early pressure. I think that allowed other lanes to not be so, I guess, behind or deficient, I guess. So I think Legends MK certainly do also deserve the contending spot for MVP. I do believe so. But think I think I'm gonna have to At the end of the day, I think I have to give it to Spooked, just because of his positioning around his protection, whether it's Violet Sociocat or Legends MK and the Shen. I think the way he positioned around them was pretty spot on. Um, so I think it was pretty smart play by Spooked. So I'm gonna give it to Spooked, but a very big honorable mention to Legends MK and Violet Sociocat.
Yeah, I'm I can get behind that. I mean, like I said, it's hard to overlook 6-0 and 12. I mean, that's 18 out of 22 kill participation. That's wild. This is what, 81%, 82%.
Okay, 2020. Oh, jeez. OPTSM already flaming me. Ah, ah, ah.
This looks like so far Necro Guy.
They want me to
I
call
think
them out.
Necro Guy player of the game because they all voted for him for the shock thing.
All right, okay, we're calling it. Necro guy wins MVP, I guess.
All right, fine. They just want Necro Guy MVP so they can flame him in chat. Oh well, get in here so you can get flamed, I guess.
I guess. But I'm gonna. I mean, I don't think the result's gonna change anyways. Yeah, it's not changing. It's not budging, so we're just gonna call it here. Anyways, let's go to player of the game chat for sure. We'll see you there. Game 1 MVP was
Where's he at? Where's he at? Get him in here!
you. Oh yeah, you were the game
Get
winner.
him in here!
Wow, why are you so loud?
Necro guy, get up! Ah! There he is! I broke him down. Ankles,
You
boy!
did. Oh my god.
My ears. I'm
You
gonna
didn't go to the
was
doctor, son!
So much happier before I came in here and you didn't get it. Good
Boss
lord.
Tones, I
Oh my
actually
God.
lowered your volume.
Oh,
way
yeah,
too
I've got
loud.
this
There's
man lowered
just-
to like 13.
I can't.
That was
can't.
so much.
There's something about Mordekaiser that just like breaks my brain where I can't do anything. It makes me so sad. Nah, you kicked my ass. I figured you could kill me in that, like that first aggression there, but I didn't know if you knew you could kill me. So I was like, I'll go for it.
You asked my team. I was going, boy, you better flash! Boy, you better flash! Flash, dude! It was the ball you didn't do it. I was like, oh my god. Andrew, what you doing?
All right, I'm gonna lower your volume just a little bit further. I
Poor
think
chat.
Too hype.
I'm sorry, that was just so much fun.
Oh yeah, no, it was a fun game. It was a fun.
Oh, man.
this power feels great. Anyways, okay, you're back to normal volume now.
Yeah, I'm good now. I'm good now. I had to.
My ears are bleeding. I'm sorry.
This is my oof boy, so I had to go
They
off.
say, yeah, we gotta talk shit. The only way to make it.
My ears are bleeding. Someone said help, please.
Besides, I'm pretty sure everyone else from is already off, so you have to talk.
Oh.
Anyways, questions from chat? Anybody? Hello? Or you know what? Keegan can also
Questions for
ask
me?
questions. You can ask the MVP stuff if you want.
Boston.
Hi.
Boss. What led to y'all deciding to put you solo in? Because our idea was like, okay, this man played clean as hell game 1, and Mordekaiser E is exactly the same as Swain E, so just give him that in a solo lane. But I'm sure there was more nuance to it than that in team
Yeah,
discussion.
it's just a little something that we have kind of been pitching out around. The idea is like Game 1 was definitely like, I would call it like the tried and true method of our team.
Mhm.
And Game 2 was very much like, hey, we piddled around with this with some practice, and we've kind of theory crafted around just swapping some lanes here and there. Let's do it again. Let's see how it works, because we played some other games against randoms, and we put Sal in bot lane with Chad, and it worked out pretty well. So we're like, let's just try it. Typically in those games, I've gone elsewhere on the map. But this game was for top lane, and I was looking forward to it.
See, that's kind of interesting though, because we had kind of assumed counterpick to what it was, because we were planning on taking the Kaiser right there.
Yeah.
So when y'all pulled it up, we figured it was in response to kind of what we were showing them to do. That's interesting.
We knew like instantly though that the Shen was fucking going jungle.
I did not, because I didn't know.
Well, I
Legends
mean,
was practicing
we
that,
can't
but
flex it,
chat knew.
absolutely, but obviously it's something Legends.
Yeah,
he's
that's
effective on. He's
that's
very
a
effective
Legends
on
pick.
it,
So
That
I was
is- that
like
is a-
100% that's going to the jungle. So
Yep. That is a Legends MK special.
but yeah, no, our decision for Game 2 is just like let's try a thing that we've put in a little bit into practice, like a side dish. Let's put it on the main stage for quick.
Legends MK is special.
Conversely, that was kind of the same thing we did Game 1 with Yorick. I think that's the first time we actually played this split.
Hey, I'm special.
Good.
Thanks.
What?
I was talking to Minbum.
Wow.
He was
I see
flaming
how
me.
it is.
He was flaming me.
No, but I mean, I do think this is the kind of the part of the split where everyone's starting to experiment a bit. You know, say, hey, this is what we're getting ready for those finals, because you know at this point the regular season. I mean, I hate saying it, but it's kind of true. It doesn't necessarily matter outside of seeding as to who wins or loses for
Yeah.
postseason.
And I think the thing
So-
about our league especially, and you know, I hate to say this since we've been the fucking bottom feeders, but like the moment that any team has their shit together in this league, they can take a game off of any other team in the league.
Absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely.
So
Fair.
So, thanks everyone for watching. Have a good night, everyone. It's been a pleasure. Any other questions, by the way, before we call anything? Oh wait, Panic at the Top Hat's here. Great games, great drafts.
Good
But-
job. I'm proud of
But
you.
oh,
did.
captain, my captain.
We're all happy. One
Panic at the Top
question. What
Hat-
was the one question? Oh, I guess Legends is just saying he's unhappy with it. Shut up and eat your
Legends,
pizza.
You'll be
Don't
But-
talk to Legends that way.
But I do want to say, what was your thought behind? Actually, this was a question for
I'm trying to like know if the thought went away or if you're just processing. Like,
If you go back
this
and
sounds
watch
like
the
a
VOD,
lot of BM.
Jesus, if you go back and watch the
Hoagie, can I
VOD,
ask you a
Hoagie
question?
did that like 4 times during the actual cast, where Hoagie would be like, yeah,
I have-
really interesting call by Boss Jones. Anyway, we see him, and I'm like, what?
My brain disappeared. Okay, it literally drifted away into the sunset.
Hoagie, can I ask you a question?
Yes, you can may ask your question.
So my question is, earlier you said, so who do you think wins? Before we
know.
get to your thoughts, what? What does that mean?
I meant to say before I get into my thoughts. Okay, I was trying to say
Hoagie's doing
before.
his best.
I'm doing my
Yeah,
best.
Hoagie's
Okay.
over here like, hey, before we get Keegan's opinion, what's Keegan's opinion?
It
Yeah.
was supposed to be before we get into Hero's opinion. Thank
You got it.
Also, what is the new spicy jungle pick from Legends MK next time he
I
plays?
know,
That's
now
all I
that
need to know.
Shen's out of the
Oh,
bag.
I can leak that. It's gonna be Timo.
Anyways,
Ooh,
thanks for
I
watching,
want
everybody.
I want Fiora jungle. I'm putting it out there. Play Fiora
Ooh,
jungle.
Oh,
or
do
you're a
it.
giant
No
wuss.
balls.
Love it.
Anyways,
balls.
thanks for watching, everyone. This has been Super Hoagie and
Peace.
MVPs and literally Keegan.
Bye.